Well, the Nairobian, this is a story that was also running on the Pulse, but Linda Mudhama dumps Nyambane.
This is a big one. I think this one, Stevens has the whole scoop.
Stevens has the download.
You guys are just sounding really good. Stevens has the scoop and all that. But yes, let's. The Nairobian has that big headline. Linda Mudhama dumps Nyambane, and this is a story that everybody's been talking about. I think since Tuesday. It's not only here, but it's also in a magazine that we all know, and I believe it's gone down the social media. And the question is, these guys were married. These guys. Linda admitted being the second wife to Nyambane, or for that matter, Walter Mungai. And the question is, what happened? You know, and the Nairobian has a good story, and Kate just hammered it there when she talked to Linda, and she's just making a follow-up of what went wrong around one time.
So what went wrong? And
I like the way Linda comes out and speaks and says there was not enough love, for that matter, for lack of a better word, for her, because there was a lot of shuttling between the first wife and now her, and moments where a guy would not be there for her when she needs love.
Surprisingly, she said she was lonely and unhappy, because when she needed the guy and he goes to the first wife.
Yeah, but I guess it would be expected if he's married to two wives, really. At some point, he would be at the other wife's place. Although, she does say that their weeks should actually go for weeks alone, you know, without him. So I guess...
I think it's a deeper issue than this, because it's not the first time Paz has been following this story. For example, last year, sometimes in May last year, we had a little piece, a blind issue on this, and in the past today, you'd find another story there by Ross Komboka, and I chipped in, where there was a complaint that there was a man between this marriage. Forget now the lady who is not the first lady, but there's a man who has been close to Linda, allegedly, for that matter, and they've had an issue where this guy would appear during shows, concerts, and this guy would ask, what is going on?
And you know, them as a couple, they used to run the Ultimate Band, which is they co-owned it. And at one point now, Nyambane stopped coming because there's another man who used to come.
And read, about those text messages there in the Pulse.
Yes.
The screenshots of the alleged other man.
Yes.
And Linda does also mention, according to this story, she says that it's rumored she's dating a prominent politician's son, which she denies and says that that is not true.
Which she denies, and that's why Paz is coming in, just to show conversations that we had with Nyambane when he first broke the story to us that not everything was not well in his marriage with Linda. And he says, yes, I've been talking to her. We've been talking as a family. We are not like bringing this to the media. But the truth is, there's this man, and I've been asking about it. And she's come out and said, I mean, if he's my friend, then what's wrong with it? And I remember in the story that's running in the past, there came a time when Nyambane states, or for that matter, alleges that this guy went ahead, and Linda says, this guy is more powerful than you are, so you better not be chasing after him.
You're saying like back off,
you know,
like back off.
Powerful in what sense?
It was almost like a threat.
Okay,
you understand? It was like a threat. The way they were just telling him to keep off their relationship and their affairs and their matter. I think at that moment must have hit rock bottom by that moment.
You know, I remember after that they were together. I was still try to make things work and stuff like that. But when you look at that kind of analogy, you'd see where this is coming from in a real sense. Somebody just
all right here. I was just listening to you guys going on and about this, but also thinking about just the whole conversation aspect of being the other woman, the second wife rather, and that because she did do an interview in a different magazine at the very beginning when things were rosier, saying that she was happy and everything. Of course, then things have changed, whatever the reasons are therein. Let's talk about the whole idea of having another woman and another wife. So you being the second wife or the third wife, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yes, you do.
Right?
No, I think
you're not going to have this man.
It shouldn't come as a surprise.
Exactly.
It shouldn't come as a surprise that I'm getting some divided attention and all that. I think it should almost come as automatic that this is going to happen.
And Kate picks it up, actually, the way you put it, and asks her, you are the second wife, and you admitted being the second wife. Did you mind that the first wife was there? And she says, yeah, we had our own lives. I had my life with him, she had her life with him, but we used to check on each other, and that's what she says. If I had something wrong about that, going wrong about the first wife, I would check out.
Yeah, in fact, she even mentions that even at this point in time, they really don't have issues between the two women. Her issue is that she's lonely. That she's felt alone, and she feels like she got into it maybe hurriedly. She did not expect that. But like Sophia says, really, if you're the second or third wife, then you're sharing already. So,
but that's also not to say that the person who now is the man shouldn't have that, because then if you have these two women you brought into your life, find a way to balance it out.
But again, you also need to look at Linda's, at that point, it was about 10 years ago. She was she was very, very young. She just come from Tusker Project fame, just getting into the industry. They started off like manager and artist, before things changed into something else. Well, maybe just the place of the position of a second wife.
Because I have seen others who have been married to 3 wives, and you'll see their, the days are located even with the kids and stuff.
Akukudenja had many, and none of them left.
Is it really possible to allocate your time, equally
it's all time.
to different
I think
wives?
What they're explaining here is that when Nyambane got that job at the Kisii County, and he moved from Nairobi to Kisii, relocated, that is where she's saying the real issues started.
There was no time in that.
Okay.
But also, just to be fair, if there's something like be fair in this story, when he comes out also, Walter comes out and says, I mean, she's coming out and she's talking to the media, and she's talking about me. It is in the story. She's talking about me and all that, and that brings another twist. Who has been making who? Who's making who more relevant in terms of showbiz? And he says, well, I have been with her since Tusker Project fame. I've been trying to mentor her music life. And he says, Rosafi, she can be who she wants to be now. And I think it's something that I think where it's landing now, it's completely over.
Okay, I guess let's move away from that story, because it's definitely got a lot. And there's also another story here, very interesting, on the first page of the Nairobian: sex for hospital bill. Patients tell it all. That sounds
the details
wrong.
on page 4.
Well, this is a very, very shocking story. It was an investigation by David Odongo. He actually went in and posed as a nurse in a lab, and as you can see here, they say that anyone who has a lab coat passes as a doctor, and there's this story about those patients who've been detained because of huge hospital bills and all that, and some of them, their families totally cannot, they have no option. So what they've been doing is that they've been indulging in sexual activities with doctors and medical practitioners and all those
Allegedly
for cash, and in this expose they say at least 8 of them confirmed this.
Wow.
It's a very, very shocking story. Although Kenyatta Hospital has come and said that they don't know anything about such allegations, and I think it's something that's going to be investigated, but isn't this shocking already?
Yeah, it is. And of course, something else that is very disturbing is the fact that the minute you wear a white coat, according to this story, you're as good as a doctor.
Yes.
So I don't know if there's any way they verify. And of course, the hospital is huge.
Yes.
So I don't know how they would know who is a doctor, who is not. So if you wear a white coat and walk in at night, for example, you could pretty much get away with a lot.
But this is very, very shocking.
It's shocking, and it's a pity that you'd have a bill of 210,
210,000,
and then you have his sex moment.
But look at the extreme desperation of this patient. You can imagine you've been detained. You cannot move because you have a huge bill, and you don't even know when you're gonna get this money. It can be very depressing.
Yeah, and according to this story, she's actually raised up to about, I think, 30,000 so far.
From every 500.
I think this is a very, very, very sad story. Wow. And they see they sleep with these guys for as little as 300 shillings, even 100 shillings, whatever that can make you get your basic needs and
again
stuff.
Allegedly
is the keyword. Page 7. You have I did not kill Fidel, Paul Kobia. So I suffer from a mental disorder known as schizophrenia, but I am now on the road to recovery. Because yeah, we've seen that video, even the one that was doing the rounds of him making some utterances. So yeah, there've been concerns about what's going on, but now that he appears to be owning up and at least just saying that he has this challenge.
Well, you know, President Paul Kobe, you know, a huge businessman. I met him last week, and you know, as we were doing this story, you know, there were a lot of allegations about him, his connection. Well, there was a brush between him and called leader, Raila Odinga sometime, and there's a time the bouncers actually pounced on him. Well, he comes out saying that he would not do something like that. He even says that immediately after that happened, Fidel Odinga, the late Fidel Odinga, had called him, met, and even and apologized about what had happened. So they had even become friends. He says, why would anyone even think that I would
you'd have anything
go ahead and
against
do something like that?
Yeah.
So he's just talking about it. He says, you know, his condition, and now he's on the road to recovery.
All right.
Yeah, and schizophrenia, of course, multi-personal disease, they call it, I think, where you have different personalities at different times.
Yes.
So he probably, as he claims, made those statements when he was in the other personality.
Yeah. But I know he's talking. He's a guy who lives large. You know, he says he likes flying private jets and all that stuff. Says he's doing a lot of groundwork for the Jubilee and all that. But
I like the tiny details that you've given.
Yeah.
This guy lost a ring more than 3 million.
Yeah, he said like about a month ago he went to Dubai, and then in the process he lost a ring.
And he was trained as a priest.
Yes, he was trained as a priest.
And he's always wearing those dark glasses.
Oh yeah. He's
like even in interviews.
He's also known for, you know, his love for big cars.
Oh yeah,
huge cars. He's got
I
like
like big
loads.
cars too. We share that.
And he loves his Roomba.
However, I do not
He
have
loves
big
Roomba.
cars.
So might he be there for room? I think there's room at night.
There's room at night.
So
He's welcome.
Standard
Radio
sponsored.
Malaysia.
How much is it to get in? Usually, is it 500?
500 shillings.
Yeah.
Would let him in with his own.
With his entourage. No, he has to pay.
President will probably pay for
All right, moving on. Page 11. Politicians have jiggers. Have jiggered minds.
Oh, wow.
No.
Have jiggered minds.
To have jiggers.
He is known for fighting jiggers, but his altercation with Gatundu South legislation in December wasn't just another jigger fight. What is this all about?
Stanley Kamu, you know, we all know him.
Dr. Ambassador Stanley.
Ambassador Stanley Kamu. Why do I forget to leave that? We need to. Well, okay, I need to stay on my lane. Dr. Stanley Kamu, the jigger man. You know, we all know his effort of fighting jiggers, but you know, he's been saying that the Kiambu government, county government, has really been frustrating his efforts from the governor. He says also the new MP Moses Kuria has been, you know, saying that he's just doing this for political mileage and gain, because allegedly they're saying that he wants the position of deputy governor. Why Stanley comes and says that politicians have jiggers mind is that before they became who they are, the politicians, like the MP and all that, they say they had a fantastic working relationship. But now, all of a sudden, because they're seeing maybe he might be so popular, now they're thinking, okay, what's happening to this guy?
But also, isn't he raising concerns that some of these leaders, elected leaders, especially from the central part of Kenya, you have Mwangi wa Iria, you have Moses Kuria, that they've had beef with him bringing out the issues of jiggers in central Kenya. They're like, why are you painting our people in bad light that jiggers are in central Kenya?
We should look at it like that, because
but have those leaders not said that?
Yes.
They have.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the other beef that they've had with him.
I've actually seen those jigger-infested guys, and you know, it's a pretty disturbing thing.
Yeah.
I like his efforts and all that. And you know, he's done it for a long time. I don't think it's time for him. He actually says, why this guy is thinking I want to run to take their position. He says if he's going to run for anything later on, with all the accolades that he's gained and all that stuff, he says he's going to be presidency, not on this level.
I think you should just give them a copy of his book, which is
Jiggered mind.
And then they're sorted for that matter. And again, I know he has a big event on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So let's go and
his folks are celebrating 50 years anniversary. Isn't that amazing? How many couples get to 50 years anniversary?
All these guys can come and we see who has jiggered mind now.
Stanley is a great guy.
And I'm sure it'll make an interesting read just to see how the jiggers play up in the mind for them. I mean, what does it really mean to have a jiggered mind?
But do you know?
Because I know what it means to have jiggered feet.
Do you know the feeling of a jigger? And then you can imagine it in your brain. You know, you feel like scratching all the time because it's a nice itch when you have a jiggers.
Yes,
it's a nice itch. So you can imagine it's in your head.
It's a sick head.
You keep on doing this.
An itchy head.
You can scratch your brain.
You'll be doing this and you're not dancing to Bob Marley music.
Bob Marley is a lot of it.
All right, moving on now to Heads Up. Heads Up. What's the
Chris
Heads Up?
Brown is set to skip Nairobi for South Africa.
Can you imagine that?
You know, there were those there were rumors and speculations that Chris Brown might come to Kenya. That show brought a lot of issues because a ticket was going for 20,000 shillings. That was the rumor, okay? But it is said he's not coming to Kenya. He's going to...
No promoter is wanting to commit themselves towards this kind of thing.
But we don't. Would you pay 20,000?
I wouldn't. For Chris Brown?
I think you guys don't know what's up.
Really? Would you pay?
I would pay. Chris Brown
20K.
How many rave guys would pay 20,000 shillings right now? Where guys are paying 5,000 now, which feels steep. We never used to pay that. Really, 20K?
And that's for a good laugh. The 5,000 is for a good laugh.
This is for a good show. It's for a good show.
Is he a talented artist who's amazing and all that?
That's fantastic
granted.
dancer.
Yeah,
yes.
That's not in dispute.
Yes.
And you know,
fantastic
numerous
dancer.
songs, all of them are world smashing.
It's just
a show that you'll be screaming all night.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a producer or promoter who would.
Let me tell you what makes it brings it up to that amount is the kind of setup that the artist asks for, and the kind of performance he's going to give. You understand?
And I guess
it's not going to be a playback kind of a thing.
I guess it's. I mean, it's in terms of his music and his stature as an artist. You can't ask for 3K for Chris Breezy.
No, you would never ask for 3K.
The Breezy
take this guy to Uhuru Park and fill the place. Ask for guys for 3K. They'll pay. You'll make your money.
You won't get enough to pay him.
Would you go?
I think we need to talk to
for 3K.
You'll make 20K.
Your money. For 20K, no, I wouldn't.
Would you go for Beyonce for 20K?
Yes.
Do you know 20K in Rongai?
I wouldn't even think twice.
2 months advance rent and shopping.
Exactly. You know how much 20K is for a Kenyan living in Nairobi?
All right, finally.
Rongai people are complaining. I said 20K in Rongai is 2 months rent, shopping, and fare to Nairobi for 1 week.
You'll see a stone.
It's a lot of money.
You'll
be surprised. They'll fly from Rongai. They'll fly from Rongai.
Hell is welcome to this.
Okay, but you take Sophia for that. So
take me for what?
You can fly out to South Africa, meet this guy, Chris Brown.
Oh, I'm being flown to South Africa now.
Fly her down.
Capital feature.
All right. Capital feature.
Perfect strangers meet the new landlords of Nai.
And this is what has been happening for
business
quite some time
savvy.
Now. Now the Nairobian breaks the story of those landlords. Hotel industry has become so expensive. So a lot of tourists who are coming into the country, or people who are foreigners coming into the country, don't want to really stay in the hotels because it's very expensive. So what people are doing, they're getting a big house, so you have extra rooms which you can actually hire out. Okay, so some guy, and then your landlord does not know. Right, so what they do is they actually furnish 1 bedroom or 1 room and stuff like that. And we've gotten a couple of people experiences, people who've been doing this kind of a thing. There are even a couple of websites, but as well, we're also breaking down some of those pros and cons about doing this thing, because someone said that they once hosted a guy who was a drunkard. So you can imagine it's your house, you've sublet a room to someone else, but you cannot control.
Is it the one he comes through the
he
sitting room?
Singing, from the sitting room and everything. And imagine maybe you have a family, that guy is singing and calling names of everyone, saying that I love Kenya and stuff like that.
I guess it's a creative way of making extra income, but it also has its risks.
I know a couple of places in town where people are making a lot of money from that, a lot of money, because all that money will also include your shopping, laundry, and all that stuff. So you actually staying like you're staying in your own place.
Okay, yeah. And of course one would also question the legality of it, because how legal is it to have a third party?
Well, I don't think there are any legal implications, because it's just like you're hosting someone.
But you're charging them. You're making money.
That's what the landlord doesn't know. It's a local arrangement.
Yeah.
It's an in-house. Literally an in-house arrangement.
Okay, well that's it for our hot topics. You guys enjoy your weekend. What will you be up to?
This weekend there is a gospel hookup on Sunday.
Oh, it's good to see you're leaning towards the godly things.
It's nice.
Hey, God science. So this gospel hookup, is it a hookup like we saw in past, like?
Yeah, what kind of a hookup is it?
Undercover.
Gospel hookup is like what? It's like
a blanket
blankets of wine, but for save people.
So you have tea.
So you carry
Instead of wine?
No, so you cannot say it's blankets wine. So it's like soda and blessing.
And a Bible.
And a Bible, but it's cool. I went for the last one. It's a really cool thing. It's happening on Sunday at the Arboretum.
Have fun. What about you?
I'll be chillax.
You just watch movies. It's
I can pay for you and you and you.
What for sodas and?
Connie, how much is it?
It's 500. It's not. It's
500. You can pay all. You say you have 2,000.
Yeah.
Sodas are. And Michael?
For me, I have a wedding to attend tomorrow. Then on Sunday, I'll just relax.
We'll be chilled.
Hookup, you see?
Oh yeah, I might be in your county tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
That's chillax for me.
I've never been to the People's Park, so I might be going there tomorrow.
All right. That's a big one. So do I make a call?
You need to make the call.
My cousin says we need to explore Kenya. So tunaanza na county yenyu.
It's county number 1 for that matter. And so
okay.
Be home.
All right. So we have some more entertainment news for our peeps this morning from SDE. It's the place that gives you all of entertainment, you know. So in the local news roundup, after the expose on the Nairobi Aviation College unearthing surely an illegal enrollment and certificate awarding, the institution students took the initiative of attacking the NMG offices in the CBD. They claimed that this was a witch hunt on the institution. Kenyans, on the other hand, took to social media to create hilarious memes on Nairobi Aviation College.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Award-winning producer Jay Blessing and his wife Chantel have welcomed a baby boy, Kyle, this week. Chantel was more than happy to post Kyle's first photos on Instagram, saying, I'm thankful for my little family. My husband, my son means the world to me.
Talented gospel artist Peace Mulu was on Sunday afternoon discharged from the hospital after undergoing surgery to rectify her fractured leg sustained from a grisly road accident in early January. Last week, gospel artists Temicus Gay, Rafton, Gloria Muliro, Victor Mburi, Helen Tawali, among others, came together to raise funds to offset her medical bill.
The beef between Jaguar and Nigeria's Iyanja will clearly not be dying anytime soon. After numerous back and forth, Iyanya last week claimed that Jaguar was very lazy and did not make any efforts towards promoting the song while in Nigeria. To which Jaguar's reply was priceless picture reaction posted on his Instagram account of him laughing out loud.
The first episode of The Presenter aired on KTN last Saturday night elicited various reactions from Kenyans. The audition saw candidates from all walks of life trying their luck at being the next big thing. From an MCA to singers and comedians, the show got the nation's attention. The next episode airs tomorrow at 8 p.m. Get all the exclusive footage and photos of the show only on SDE.
In the international news roundup, former Pussycat Dolls lead singer Nicole Skander has dumped her boyfriend on 7 years Lewis Hamilton. It was alleged that the 36-year-old singer left the 30-year-old world F1 for failing to marry her and settled down.
Daughter to the late Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina, was found unresponsive in a bathtub in a scene eerily similar to that of her mother's death 3 years ago. Bobby was discovered face down in a bathtub and rushed to hospital where she is still in critical condition. Police have confirmed that drugs were found in the house where Bobby was found.
American model socialite and ex-wife of rapper Wiz Khalifa, Ambrose Rose, is said to have walked out of D'banj's party claiming it was shoddy. The Nigerian star had invited Amber Rose to his 10th year anniversary party in Lagos. According to sources, the performances by D'banj were very poorly done and the event lacked proper flow.
And that is former Olympian and ex-husband to the Kardashian matriarch Kris Jenner is undergoing a sex change. Bruce Jenner is said to have started the process of turning into a woman a while back, with his Adam's apple being flattened and a couple of other cosmetic lifts. Kim Kardashian is reportedly happy for her stepdad.
Speculation is growing over a blooming romance between rapper Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill. This comes after Nicki posted a photo of Meek lovingly planting a kiss on her cheek. It is not the first time in recent weeks that this has been made. Cameo appearances in Nicki's photos. Both parties are denied the rumors.
So that's all for the entertainment roundup this week. For more of these and other entertainment stories, visit and like the Facebook page SDE Kenya. Follow us as well on Twitter, SDE Kenya.
Follow us on G plus SD Kenya.
Google
Plus. Sorry, Google Plus. And follow us on IG, Instagram at SD Kenya.
Indeed, SDE is where you find all of this and more. Yo, G Mekru,
Michael G Gitonga, the G for generous.
Yeah.
Or the G for gorgeous.
Okay.
It has many G's. Anyway,
there are many G's. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for watching the show today. Remember, you want to definitely grab yourself a copy of the Nairobian. There's so much in there. The Pulse is in your copy of the Standard. Amazing stuff. Today, Bob Marley would have turned 70. He was born on this day in 1945, and there's been lots of great music we've been playing just to commemorate that with DJ Junius.
Yes.
So asante sana for that from me and Team Hot Topics. We wish you a lovely weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Have yourselves a great weekend. Take care.